Witches, wizards, and muggles. Such an honour it is to welcome you to Rennervate, a Harry Potter TCG revival podcast with your host, Doug, Mona, and Emilio.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rennervate, a Harry Potter TCG revival podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Coleman, and I'm here today with the other co-hosts,
Emilio Soto
and Mona Morsi.
Yes, and today is a particularly exciting special episode. We got some spoiler cards from the upcoming Prisoner of Azkaban set done by the revival team, and they were kind enough to send us 4 password cards that we're going to be going over today. But maybe before we dive into those and kind of give our thoughts on the art and how they're going to play in decks and stuff, how's everyone doing? Anything worth reporting before we dive in?
Well, I'm done. I'm just opening a lot of Nightfall for Metazoo, so that's been very fun to see that set finally in the flesh.
I am too. It's all your fault.
There you go. Everything's on the back here. Everything that I've opened.
That's a nice setup, Emilio. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, it's new. It looks better for sure. $40 each of these things on the side, so that was a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
You can see the Nightfall spoiler packs here on the top. I opened a lot of those.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what's up with me.
Very cool. How about you,
Awesome.
Mona?
Yeah, nothing too much. You'll notice my background's different. We're moving in a few months, and so my office area is just all in boxes. So, but yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy. Moving is always, good and bad, I suppose. So.
Same. Yeah, I totally get that. And I'm in the same boat as Emilio, actually, with the whole Nightfall craze. I got a couple boxes and I'm loving that game. We're probably going to be covering MetaZoo in the future eventually. But for now, we're going to be continuing to talk Harry Potter trading card game. But that being said, we did discuss a little bit about Hair of Slytherin, the current revival set that came out earlier this year, but we never really got around to this one that is coming up now in November, I'm pretty sure is the release date. But that being said, they're releasing cards on a day-to-day basis, kind of just spoiling as they go. And we're going to be releasing this on November 1st. So hopefully you guys are tuning in on the day of release. But let's dive into some of these password cards. Do you guys have any decks built around password cards from like Chamber of Secrets by chance?
Yeah, I did have a password deck. It was, super fun. Of course, you have like the Wattle Bird and all that, So yeah, that it was really fun. I did like it. It was mostly just one of those decks that you build because it's a themed kind of deck, but for me, it really wasn't. Maybe I didn't build it that well, so to where it was like super killer. But it was fun either way, just kind of interacting with your opponent, I think is like one of the main things that gets this game going and makes it fun. So
totally. Yeah. I love like leaving it up to fate of like whether or not they're going to guess the password correctly or not.
Yeah.
So I guess that being said, we can kind of dive into these new spoiled cards. Who wants to go first? I guess I'll take the first one. We got Fortuna Major, and I'm pretty sure that might have been a Gryffindor password. I can't recall exactly from the books.
Yeah.
But it is a spell that reads, when you play this card, play it face down and tell an opponent to guess Flibbertigibbet, Fortuna Major, Odds Bodikins, or Scurvy Cur. If they guess Fortuna Major, each player draws a card. Otherwise, look at up to the top 10 cards of your deck, put them back in any order, and then draw 2 cards. So yes, a lot going on with this card, but it's really cool. I like that instead of doing damage, you're kind of getting the chance to look at what's on the top of your deck, rearrange it in whatever order you want, and then take the top 2 cards of those 10, provided that they don't guess it correctly. But if they guess it correctly, each person just draws a card, so it's not like no real damage done. I do like this as a password card, and I'm excited to start filtering it into like more decks. I'm hoping to get a chance to print some of these Prisoner of Azkaban cards shortly after release and start putting them in decks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not too bad. I like that it's not as damaging as like, Wattlebird or these other ones, which is I think 8 damage. It leaves you with 8 damage if you get it wrong. So it's just like absolutely killer. So cool. And I also, just as a side note, I'm really excited to hear Emilio say the names of these, just with like, So if maybe you don't get Scurvy Cur, that would be pretty cool.
There you go. I like that idea. Well, and another thing we got to mention and shout out is the artwork. God damn, I really love the artwork. Of these 4 cards, this one actually might be my favorite. Such an awesome Gryffindor common room. It looks so cozy and just a lot going on with the books and everything. The portraits.
You have Godric Gryffindor there above the fireplace, so that looks
with the sword.
Cool.
Yep,
I love that.
Yeah, very, very dope for sure.
Very cool. Well, that covers our first one. How about who wants to take the next one?
Mona did.
Let's see what it is. This will be Emilio's card.
Scurvy card? Okay.
Okay, I'll take this. This is what did you Flibberty Gibbet.
Yes.
Okay, so of course, it's a spell. It costs 6 charms. It reads, when you play this card, play it face down and tell an opponent to guess Fortuna Major, Flibberty Gibbet, Odds Bodskin, or Scurvy Cur. If they guess Flibberty Gibbet, each player discards 1 card from their hand. Otherwise, look at that opponent's hand. You may choose up to 2 of those cards and discard them.
Nice. Yeah. A little bit different.
Yeah, different for sure. And nice that each password card does something different, I suppose. So and the art is awesome. Really
this
great.
Art is super unique. I feel like it's almost like psychedelic in a way. I do really like it.
Yeah, totally dig that.
Very detailed. And again, hanging out in the common room, it looks like I'm not sure, but it looks like that's Harry Potter, maybe Hermione, Ron, and someone else.
Yeah,
I think maybe Neville.
Oh, Neville, yes, the frog.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, very cool.
I do like that art a lot.
At first glance, I thought it was like a cake, but it's a fireplace.
Yep.
Probably. Looks really cool.
Same.
Very different stuff, right? Like hand control and deck control, basically. So interesting, different abilities that I don't know how the deck works, just looking at these cards, but let's keep looking at the passwords for sure.
Yeah,
We'll take the next one.
Sure.
It's the Odds Bodykins.
Yes.
Nice. Perfect.
We have the art, I think also Gryffindor because there's the sword there.
Yes.
But they're dressed more almost anime style. This art is more like anime. I like it a lot. The lion above the fireplace reminds me of in the movies. Luna has like a Gryffindor wig. It looks like that
Nice.
vibe. And the password is just the same text about the other 4 passwords. But this one, if they guess it correctly, you do 2 damage to that player. If they guess it correctly, right? So if they do say the odds bot giver or whatever, you do 2 damage to each player. Sorry, and then if they don't guess it right, then you do 8 damage to a target opponent. So this is similar to the
previous passwords.
Sorry, dudes.
Yep.
Yeah,
no problem.
It's similar to the original passwords, but if they guess it, they still get 2 damage. Everyone gets 2 damage, right? So it's a little bit different in that sense. So it's not a flop, right? It's not
exactly.
It's not a feels bad like nothing happens like the other card. So that's pretty good. Great art. And this is my favorite one because I prefer damage over discarding cards or setting my deck up. But setting the deck up can be helpful, though, right?
Oh, 100%. And I'm glad that they even included one that is still doing damage for those people that are just like diehard password people. Like, it's like, no worry, you'll still have that 1 card in this group of 4 that is very familiar to you. But yeah, I do like Odds Bodykins. I'm struggling to say that. Such a weird one.
We can go. You can take the last one. The Scurvy Cur.
That is Scurvy Cur is another password. It reads the same exact thing as all the others, except for the difference in effect, which is each player, if they guess Scurvy Cur correctly, each player returns 1 of their non-healing cards in play to its owner's hand. Otherwise, choose up to 2 of that opponent's cards in play and return it to their owner's hand. So nice way to just say, if they get it wrong, you can kind of put some items back in their hand, maybe some creatures. I like this card. It's different. And in fact, speaking of it being different, the art is almost like 3-dimensional. It's very interesting to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very neat for sure. I definitely dig the art. Yeah, interesting, what they've done with password cards, sort of like taken from what the classic style of password cards are, and just sort of like instead of just adding passwords, they've changed what it does. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to start playing with these, put them in decks, particularly my charms decks, because all these are charms related. I guess we did
Right.
kind of forget to gloss over that, but most password cards are actually all of them up until this
All of
point
them.
had
Yeah,
been
exactly, for
charms.
sure.
So
Mhm.
yeah, you can sneak these into your charms decks. But also we
Yeah.
have other cards they're spoiling along the way. I don't want to get into those because that's kind of out of our territory, but maybe we can discuss some cards we're looking forward to or hoping to see in this upcoming set. Anything coming to mind? I know when we had Sammy on, he did mention that there is going to be a wizard Hagrid, and I almost think I saw an art maybe for that as well. I'm super excited to be able to play starting as Hagrid.
Yeah, it's been spoiled already. I saw it around. I'm trying to remember what it does. I just really like the art though, for sure.
Yes, me too. Yeah, the effect it was definitely creature related, but I can't recall off the top of my head either. But either way, yeah, I do want to have Hagrid as my starting character for like a dragon deck or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was gonna say I can pull it up if you want me to read it.
Oh, sure, feel free.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it says for Hagrid, who is a wizard, once during each of your turns, when you discard a Care Magical Creatures lesson from play, you may draw a card and put one Care Magical Creatures lesson from your discard pile into your hand. So the cool thing is that Hagrid also provides one Care Magical Creatures lesson, which is good because it doesn't fall onto Pomona Sprout, where most people don't really want plants in their creature deck
Yeah.
anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, I would say that's pretty cool. The art is Vlad. What's his name? Vlad.
Yes.
Yeah, his art. Vladislav Pantic. Yeah, his art is awesome. Yeah, so shout outs to him, and we'll shout out the other artists also. I
Yes.
definitely wanted to do that. So we've got Miranda Moorhead, who did Fortuna Major.
Mhm.
Phenomenal job. Katerina Kupova, who did Flibberty Gibbet. That's wonderful. Yuval Turgeman, Scurvy Cur. And then we've got Carlos MP, who did Odds Bodkin. So phenomenal job to all of you.
Yeah, I'm
artists.
glad to shout out the artists. And I love how each one is so uniquely different. Like I said, the
Yeah.
one is like three-dimensional art. We have the psychedelic variations, and like the anime kind of almost chibi style. It's really cool. I'm very happy that they're branching out with the artwork and trying a bunch of different artists. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, I wanted to say about the Scurvy Cur, it does give me vibes of the first Harry Potter games for PlayStation, but just like a refined version.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
pretty simple in terms of what you see in the picture, but it feels very magical, and it's been made that it looks not like the PlayStation one, but an actual nice design here. So yeah, really cool, and I like the interactions of some password puts things in people's hands, and then you can look at their hand and discard cards, right? So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good interaction there. Setting your deck up or doing damage. So pretty varied array of cards for sure.
Yeah, and I like that there's 4 of them this time rather than the 3. So
Mhm.
it even adds more of a probability of you messing up or getting correct. I'm really excited to play with these cards. And another thing I want to point out is the set art for this is like a little wolf head. It's really cool. I like that down at the bottom right of each of the cards.
Yep.
Kind of like, I guess, for Heir of Slytherin, it was the basilisk fang. Now we got I'm thinking maybe that's Sirius Black as a dog. I'm not sure.
That's what I would assume. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. I think it's cool that each one of the cards shows a different perspective of the common room, the Gryffindor common room.
Yes.
So just kind of like, obviously we didn't really get a whole, we could sort of put them together and kind of get some of that, from classic, but I always like to see the different styles of art for one particular thing. And so this is really neat that they did that. Yeah, really cool there.
100%. But that's really kind of going to be it for tonight, guys. We're just kind of spoiling these cards. We're very thankful for the revival team for thinking of us to do this. It was an awesome opportunity. We'll be covering Heir of Slytherin and Prisoner of Azkaban full sets in the future, and other fan-made cards on this channel. So you can look forward to that. With that being said, I hope you guys are excited for Prisoner of Azkaban. Let's wrap this episode up and do some plugs. I know I've mentioned previously that we've recorded our Chamber of Secrets episodes. Those are still coming. It's just very long episodes and a long editing process. So keep your eye out for those in your feed soon. But let's wrap this episode up and do some plugs. Who wants to start?
Take it away, Doug.
All right, I'll start. You can find me on twitch.tv/ABT Silence. I used to host a podcast called Almost Better Than Silence. It's currently on hiatus, hoping to bring it back maybe sometime next year. Not really sure at the moment. But yes, if you like video games, just generally goofing around, I think you'll have a fun time over at twitch.tv/ABT Silence. Currently live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. How about you, Mona?
So you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Harry Potter Morsi. And of course, I have my YouTube channel, Into the Flu. I post videos there about once a month now. I'm trying to post some more play time. So I'm just getting together and recording some games with a couple friends. And so I'll be posting more of that. And then, of course, the games from the leagues. If you're interested in joining the league, then please do so. The league is Into the Flu. We meet twice a week for now, and they're all done with physical cards and over webcam. So you could be anywhere in the world, and we have some times on each day that seem to suit people all around the world. We've got people in Europe and Latin America and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that. And then, of course, I have some articles out that I write for MuggleNet and the Rolling Library if you want to read about this stuff. So
awesome. I might be sending a few more players your way for the league because a couple people in the Twitch stream were interested in Harry Potter trading card game, and I sent out some decks and stuff. So I'll be pointing them your direction because they want to play with the actual cards.
Awesome. So yeah, cool. All are welcome. All are welcome. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And how about you, Emilio?
Yeah, you can find me in Nostalgia Collective Investments, my YouTube channel, and I cover anything from Metasu, HPTCG, and a lot of other dead CCGs that you can see on the screen. If you're looking at the screen, of like IPs like Neopets, Maple Story, Middle Earth, stuff like that, like big names that have died in terms of the card games.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically where you can find me.
Yeah, cool. Great channel for sure.
Definitely, guys, go check that out. And if you haven't, give us maybe a review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate like that. Tell a friend, tell a family member about this show. If you know anybody that's interested in the Harry Potter trading card game, hopefully they'll be interested in this. But thank you guys for tuning in for this short but also exclusive episode. And hope you guys are excited for Prisoner of Azkaban. It's coming out very soon.
Yes.
See you guys next time.
Yeah.
Take care. Oh,
mischief managed.
Mischief quickly managed. Yes.
Yes. See you guys.